Hello and welcome to BBC Top Gear Magazine India. This is Yash Sunil here. Now before I begin, I've always spoken about the fact that the electric mobility, actually the two-wheeler electric mobility is the future for India because we are looking to move to an electric evolution. Now you have seen big manufacturers such as Bajaj, TVS step into the electric vehicles with their electric scooters. But the one manufacturer that was missing out was Hero. Now in its 38-year legacy, they never really had an electric scooter until now. This is the all-new Vida V1 Pro. Oh, let me also emphasize on this fact that Hero always had a sister company called Hero Electric, which only makes electric scooters. This is Hero MotoCorp's first electric scooter. Don't mention in the comments down below, oh, Hero already made electric scooters. Let's begin. Now the Vida V1 is available in two options, the V1 Pro and the V1 Plus. The Plus is the lower variant and this I have with me is the upper variant. While it looks exactly the same, the only difference is the battery pack. With that, let me start by talking about the exterior design of the Vida V1. It certainly looks very appealing. It has a nice amount of color, a splash of color on it. You have it in multiple color options. You have these plastic panels that don't really look cheap. And the added bonus is you have this front cowl here with the LED indicators and the LED headlights with the DRLs. When you talk about the alloy design as well, it has a nice distinctive looking alloy design and chunky wheels, which I will experience while I'm handling the scooter later. With that, when you move to the side, again, the overall side profile is nice as well. And moving to the rear, I love the tail lights that it has. If you look at the scooter as an overall design, it is quite compact, which a lot of people will enjoy. But tall riders might have a problem with, again something that I would like to experience later, but as an overall, the scooter certainly has its appeal. The only downside that I saw was the fact that the seat feels very flimsy. The fabric of the seat feels very flimsy, and when you open the seat, it actually feels very flimsy. Now when you look at any electric scooter, it is not like it is not feature loaded, and the Vida V1 is exactly the same. It is loaded to the gills with features, and let us have a look at all the features it has to offer. At its realm is this 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which allows you to connect your smartphone via Bluetooth, or you can also connect it via USB to charge your phone as well. So on the touchscreen itself, you have the option to open your boot if you need to. You can also switch the scooter off and you can cycle through the modes that it has. Speaking of the modes, it has 3 riding modes: Eco, Ride, Sport, and you can also make a custom mode for yourself depending on how your riding is. Another unique feature that the Vida V1 Pro has is this SOS feature for when you actually fall or have a breakdown with the Vida V1. It certainly allows you to contact the emergency services quickly. Also, you have a nice feature which is cruise control, something that a lot of people would enjoy. There are a whole lot of buttons that allow you to cycle through the screen when you don't want to actually use the touch screen, and the feel of the buttons have a nice amount of weight to it. Like, the buttons actually feel nice and they are very good to use as well.
The Vida V1 is available in two variants, the Vida V1 Plus and the Vida V1 Pro, and both have the same amount of features. The only primary difference between the two is its battery pack. Speaking of which, the Vida V1 gets a 3.44 kWh battery pack. This is the Plus, of course, while the Vida V1 Pro gets a 3.94 kWh battery pack, both which are removable. Now speaking about the charging, both of these have a fast charging capabilities, while when you're using a home charger, you can charge from 0 to 80% in 5 hours and 15 minutes for the Vida V1 Plus and 5 hours and 55 minutes for the Vida V1 Pro. To begin with, the overall ergonomics for the Vida V1 is really good. It has the performance, but more importantly, although it's a compact electric scooter, it doesn't really feel compact while you're riding it. People are going to really enjoy riding this in the city. Now talking about performance, Hero claims that it can do 0 to 40 km per hour in 3.4 seconds for the Vida V1 Plus, and Vida V1 Pro can do it in 3.2 seconds. Both get a limited top speed of 80 km per hour, but more importantly, a claim range of 143 km for the Vida V1 Plus, while the Vida V1 Pro gets 165 km. Which means you are looking at a real world range of nearly 150 or 130 kilometers for the Vida V1 Pro, which means that anybody looking to daily this scooter or use it as a commuter wouldn't have to really charge the scooter very often. Now, the one place that really caught me by surprise for the Hero Vida V1 was its handling and ride. The ride is extremely supple. Now, we were riding on the Hero test track in Jaipur, so we were not able to really push the scooter in terms of testing its suspension. But I did put it through a few corners and it cornered really well. You don't really feel the weight of the scooter and you're able to take these corners extremely confidently, which is something that I really enjoyed. Again, like I said, the ergonomics is very good as well. You are seated very comfortably on the scooter, and even for tall riders, they don't really hit their knee while they're taking sharp turns. Now, speaking about the brakes have a decent amount of bite, and you also have the option of regenerative braking, which means that you certainly charge your scooter when it is slowing itself down. So, as an all, yes, it does have the performance, it does have the braking, and it does have the handling as well, which makes it quite a contending package for anybody looking to buy an electric scooter that is also fun to ride. So yes, it is certainly a good and fun riding scooter.
After spending some time with the Hero Vida V1 Pro, it is safe to say that I am pretty impressed with the motorcycle. Yes, it has its niggles like I mentioned, which was the build quality for the seat. The overall scooter is a very well built package.
Hero has priced the Vida V1 Plus at Rs 1.45 lakh. On the other hand, the top spec Hero Vida V1 Pro that we rode is priced at Rs 1.59 lakhs ex-showroom, which means that yes, this is a slightly pricey option, but when you look at the scooter as an overall package, it certainly makes a good appeal for itself.
Hero has really nailed it with its first electric scooter, and yes, like I said, I'm very impressed with this. Scooters such as the Ola, the Ather and the Chetak and the other scooters are very good, and this certainly has some good competition that it needs to beat, which it might. With that, thank you so much for watching. This is Yash Sunil. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to BBC Top Gear Magazine India, by the way. This is Yash Sunil again saying goodbye. Bye.